Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Live here from VeeamOn 2015 in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. My name is Tim Doering. I'm the product manager for HP Converged System 250 HD Store Virtual, which is HP's hyper-converged product offering. And yeah, tonight I'm going to talk to you about the product, the key use cases, how we designed the product, and how it integrates into environments, and how Veeam can be used to create backups off of the system, out of virtualized workloads that live on the system, onto backup devices like HP Store Ones. So I'm going to talk a bit about the use cases and the architecture, and yeah, tomorrow we are running a live presentation, a breakout session in a bit more detail on how that integration with Veeam works, and what the product does and what it can deliver for customers. They're looking at a virtualization platform that is simple to provision and simple to manage, using everyday management tools like vCenter, and how HP simplified the entire bring up of the appliance and the day-to-day management of the appliance. So the product is a simple 2U form factor device here, and it comes with 4 nodes that run compute and storage. So we've got 4 nodes in this 2U form factor here, and so you got to imagine the 4 nodes in the back that have Intel processors, a lot of memory to run virtualized workloads, and then in front, kind of under this bezel here, we are looking at 24 drives that are made highly available through HP Store Virtual technology to the 4 nodes in the back. And yeah, that storage is available to all the compute nodes in the back, and highly available. So should one node fail, or should a drive fail, your virtualized workloads stay up online at all times. Now, yeah, this product really uses HP technology for the server. So we've got a proven server platform here, a modular server platform that gives us this form factor, and we're using HP Store Virtual technology to make the storage highly available. And what we're obviously leveraging is VMware's industry-leading virtualization software that enables really this compute layer, and also enables the Store Virtual software to run concurrently with applications on each and every of those 4 nodes. Now, customers typically start out with this 4-node configuration here, and then as capacity needs grow, as performance needs grow, we can simply add more of these modules here, of this virtualization platform to scale, and to deliver more compute power and more storage capacity. So this is the HP Converged System 250 HD Store Virtual at a glance. This is kind of the form factor, what it does. But what we really did here with this platform, and this is really what the platform was designed for, was simplicity. Simplicity not just of the bring up of the appliance, which we can do in 15 minutes, so that's great. But then also the day-to-day management is really what counts in these hyper-converged products, and where we use software-defined technologies to enable the data services, to enable high availability and things of that nature. And what we really got done here with this approach, with this appliance, was that we really took a closer look at what medium-sized businesses are looking at for a virtualization platform. When they look at deploying VMware vSphere, they're really looking at a way to make things simpler. And this building block that we are looking at here, the CS250, really delivers that from a medium-sized business perspective. And what I mean by that is that these customers are typically, there is a lot of IT generalist knowledge. There are no specialized teams for compute and for storage and for networking. It's typically a handful of IT people who really manage the entire stack from the underlying infrastructure, right, the server, the fabric, all the way up to the application level or application layer. And owning this entire stack can be very, very complicated because you kind of have to be an expert in all of these layers in between. And this is where our product here comes in and really helps to take some of the guesswork out of this solution stack. And yeah, especially in medium-sized businesses, that is where that comes in handy, just because it's all pre-integrated by HP. So it's really about deploying applications, virtualized workloads, really finding the right platform for that, for your workloads, and not so much about finding, the fine-tuned knobs and dials or fine-tuning of compute and storage, but really having things simple and pre-integrated from a vendor like HP, where kind of everything is there and you just have to press the go button. So medium-sized business is one of the use cases. The other use case that we're looking at is enterprise robo, and that's kind of an interesting use case in that, yeah, it's typically a smaller IT deployment in remote offices and branch offices, right? So it's really smaller in scale. But what is really key for this use case is being able to simply deploy IT in remote sites and then being able to manage it from a central location. And that's where this product comes in with its remote management capabilities, being able to do this from a centralized location. That's really key for these customers. It's the formulaic deployment of IT as well as the management that happens centrally. And then in enterprises, another enterprise use case is line of business, where line of business applications need to be powered by a virtualized platform that can scale. So for instance, a virtualized desktop environment where you really want to start out small with a couple of desktops or a couple of applications that you want to virtualize, and then just having basically one platform just for that application. That's really key to these customers. And line of business is an interesting use case in that this is also where the IT personnel is not necessarily specialized on all of the components that you have in an IT infrastructure, which again is compute and storage and networking and all of these things. So having, again, the simplicity factor similar to what we look at in the medium-sized businesses, making things simpler for that application owner or that manager of that line of business application to really simply deploy a platform for that specific workloads. So the focus is really on the workloads, on the applications, and not so much about on the infrastructure, because we're trying to simplify that and really pre-integrate that from an HP perspective, having that all built into the box. That includes best practices when bringing up a platform like this. So it's all about simplicity for this product. So we've talked about the use cases, we've talked about the platform, what it does, compute, storage, in the same box, pre-integrated, simplicity. Again, 15-minute bring-up time is great, but now what about the typical use cases like I have a virtualized workload X and I now want to protect this from disasters happening to my remote site or to my central data center, depending on where I have the CS250 deployed. And there are a lot of HA capabilities into the systems. I mentioned high availability by making sure that compute and storage stays online all the time. But what about use cases like I want to protect an application here in terms of making sure that I have a backup of an application. I have that not just locally, but I also have that remotely. I have that on tape. And how can maybe Veeam help me integrate here and help to achieve my RTO and RPO requirements that I have for my application? So Veeam has actually been one of the first partners to integrate with our Store Virtual technology, the technology that provides the data services here on this platform. And yeah, as such, the snapshots that we have in the store virtual layer, the array-based snapshots that we have, so all of the snapshots are taken care of by the store virtual layer, they can integrate into that storage array on this chart. So even though that's kind of built in, it's still kind of the storage array capability that we integrate with. And Veeam really takes these snapshots and then can do a couple of amazing things with it. So there are snapshots, first of all, that can be used by Veeam to recover files just from that snapshot, taking that snapshot, going into the VM, recovering files with the Veeam Explorer for SAN snapshots. One of the amazing things about that Explorer for SAN snapshots is that it also integrates into the application. So the Veeam Explorer for SAN snapshots can go into the snapshot, go into an Active Directory structure and recover users. It can go into an Exchange database and extract single objects from that snapshot and recover emails, attachments, these things. So a couple of amazing things here that they enabled on the Store Virtual platform, on the Store Virtual layer. So that's one of the amazing technologies. And now they've gone even a step further by not just integrating into the snapshots, enabling instant recovery, yada yada yada, but they also now can integrate into our snapshots and use them and integrate in our HP Store 1's Catalyst technology and store deduped backups essentially on a Store 1's device. And that's really a recent capability that Veeam has introduced with HP. So that's really where customers now can store backups on the Store 1's device. And when replicating from a Store 1's device, let's say in a remote office, right, replicating to a central data center with Store 1's does not require you to rehydrate the data, because between the Store 1's devices we are speaking HP Store 1's deduped, and now we kind of extend that chain to the backup application, in that Veeam understands our HP Store 1's dedupe language and can do something with that data to restore it intelligently from these Store 1's backups. So as you can see, and there are a couple of use cases, right? So it's backup into the cloud, these things on the Store 1's and Veeam side, and then also being able to store backups on tape. So that's great. Great capabilities. But what this really shows is that our newest hyperconverged platform here, the HC250, really is integrated into the entire ecosystem through Veeam, in that you can back up virtualized workloads from the CS250 onto a Store 1's device, and kind of Veeam is managing that entire life cycle of backups and snapshots, and using the HP technology underneath, and you can use Veeam to manage all of that. And now with this additional capability in Store 1's, the story gets even greater. So Veeam really has the visibility into all these parts of that life cycle. So tomorrow we're going to, in that breakout session, we're going to drill into a bit more of the details on the CS250 HC Store Virtual, and we are also going to cover a bit more of the integration pieces here. So we really have the details on how you achieve a certain RTO, RPO, how you can accelerate these time to recover, or the times, or shrinking the time that you would lose data. So always on is obviously a key thing that we're going to cover tomorrow. Then how simple it is to manage the entire information lifecycle from the snapshots to the backup, and making sure that you have the entire visibility, and the most efficient way of that data management. So if you cannot make it to the session tomorrow, we're also at the booth for the entire event, and we're right over there, the No Limits booth from HP. And we're happy to address any questions that you might have about these integration points. Thank you so much. for listening in, tuning in, and have a great VeeamOn 2015. Thank you.